In the last 10 years, you've seen an increase in the use of psychology in sports. I think people are starting to catch on that sports isn't all physical. There's a lot of mental attributions to sports success. In fact, today I think people are starting to realize it may be more mental state than it is physical. And we kind of knew this intuitively because you'd see some really gifted athletes when we were young and they just didn't have the drive or the commitment or their mind got in the way. NuCalm is an augmentation or a tool or a facilitator. It has nothing to do with a therapist or a visualization coach. NuCalm has everything to do with cleaning out the noise in the signal, cleaning your brain out. So this is about, hey, I'm an athlete. I realize when I sit how much expectation lies on my shoulders, how much people are relying on me, whether it's my teammates, my coaches, my fans, my spouse, my kids, my parents. It's an amazing amount of pressure. That pressure can seep into your brain. In sports, there's the adage, if you think, you stink. The key is to clear your mind so that I'm not filled with insecurity, I'm not filled with expectation, I'm not filled with confusion. I need to know where I need to be, what I need to do at any time of the match, period. And if I get stuck in here, I'm not fast enough. My reaction time isn't fast enough. NuCalm is a tool that allows you to regulate up or down your brainwave on demand, what you want, when you want it. So the typical routine for an athlete is simple. Because of the travel schedule and the general fatigue across the board of every season, every morning when the athlete wakes up, they typically do NuCalm Rescue for about 30 minutes. Why? Because it makes up the sleep debt that your body can't make up. So according to research done at Harvard Medical School and NASA 10 years ago, 20 minutes of NuCalm is equivalent to 2 hours of restorative sleep. What does this mean? It is not a sleep replacement. You're not going to NuCalm for 5 hours and then not sleep at night. That is not what this does. But the human body is incapable of making up sleep debt. So if you sleep poorly tonight, you don't make it up the next day. And then there's a negative consequence of just building this pattern of poor sleep. So you're not healing as well. You're not recovering as well mentally and physically. So 20 minutes of NuCalm is equivalent to 2 hours of restorative sleep. In the morning, you do NuCalm Rescue for 30 minutes. It's giving you about 3 hours of restorative sleep. It's filling in the sleep gap that you didn't get from the night before. Then might use Ignite in the morning instead of coffee. Coffee has great ability to amplify your brainwave frequency, but it also brings a lot of acid into your stomach and messes with your digestion. Then on the way to the pitch or to practice or whatever, they might use Ignite just to amplify and get in that zone. Get me in the zone on demand when I want to. Then they'll perform, practice or whatever. Then they get back in the afternoon, they will use NuCalm Rescue for the healing, restoration, and recovery. In all of sports, it's a very conditioned schedule. In all of the sports teams, from baseball to football to hockey, it doesn't matter. They all have defined rest periods because we understand the need for rest. We just don't really have the tools to give them the rest until NuCalm came along. So they'll use Rescue in the afternoon, then they'll go and they'll perform at night if the match is at night. They'll use Ignite on the way. They might use Ignite at halftime. And then at night, they shower, they do their media, they get on their commercial flight or they go home. They will use Rescue again and then deep sleep. So it's a very habitual routine. And what I love about working with athletes is that if something works once, they'll use it twice. If it works well for them and helps their performance, they'll use it all the time. They're some of our best habitualized users of NuCalm and have been for more than 13 years.